Hello. Yeah, I got some clothes on today. I have some clothes on today. No bra, but I do have on a white tank top. Just no bra. But okay. Why does it look blurry? I think it's my glasses. Okay. So hi everybody. Whew. So I'm going to be eating a little bit because I am a little bit craving for, not craving, but I am hungry a little bit. So I already made me a salad with some chicken on top and some croutons, ranch dressing. I like my stuff saucy. But I'm trying not to eat this so much like while I'm on live. I just don't want to have it be a mug thing. But so once in a while I'm gonna eat. Okay. Mm. Coughing. Okay. So, man, this dream that I had last night, I had plenty of them, throughout the nights, for a couple of weeks, shoot, for a couple of months. And, I haven't really wrote them down. And some of them just keep reoccurring. But last night, and when I do have these dreams, I wake up in the middle of the night and I be like wet and I be sweating. They don't be sexual. They don't be, let me get that off the back. It don't be no sexual kind of a dreams. These dreams seem like they are so realistic. Like I'm like, did that just happen? Is that a memory? Is that, and I wake up like calmly. I wake up calmly, but I be like wet. Like I'm sweating or whatever, and I gotta turn the pillow over, and I'm like, and I had noticed that like every time I have them kind of dreams that are realistically, I wake up sweating. I'm assuming it's sweat or it don't be, again, nothing sexual. I don't be wet down in the area. It's just like my back and like my chest, and yeah, it just be wet. But anyways, so last night, woke up again, middle of the night. I should be writing down the times because I don't even know what time I woke up. That's what I should have been doing. But if I had to estimate, it probably was around 1:30ish, and then maybe another time like 3:30ish, 3:40 something. But yeah, I didn't write down the time. I don't even think I glanced at the time. But anyways, the dream. So I took some quick notes. Oh, and this is the reason. Because some of the dreams I be having, like once I wake up, I remember them, like some details, but I don't write them down. I don't write them down. I'm just like, okay, cool. And then I end up like forgetting them. Or I be throughout the day I be trying to remember. Oh yeah, what happened? What happened? So I probably remember a little bit of each dream, but not like the full detail. I'll be like, oh yeah, and something happened in the dream last night, and yada yada yada. But I don't remember as much detail as I had in my mind when I woke up, or just like early on in the daytime. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. And again, sometimes I dream about the same. Can't even talk. Again, sometimes I dream about the same thing. So it's just like, okay. But last night, I'm getting to last night. So last night, I actually wrote down some stuff. Like once I fully woke up, like I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning, a little bit after 7. I was like, you know what? Since I'm still remembering some stuff from last night, let me just write them down. And I actually, I was like, let me just write them down or whatever. So that's what I did. So I was just like, do, do, do. So, so this is probably like the first time I actually like wrote a dream down, you know. But anyways, let me get into it. So I'm gonna just jot off some stuff, and then I'm gonna go into detail of what happened in the dream. Okay. So I'm gonna just go off some. And my this is like scribble, scrabble. Or don't look at the. Well, yeah, this is just like stuff that's like, what in the world is, you know, and some other stuff on the back. It's like just sloppy because I was just whatever. But anyways, so I'm gonna just say things and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk more about it. Like, so these are the things that I picked up. Well, dream, of course, that was a dream. Fire, red and orange, a wave like water. 407, locker had backpack, memories, got off the train, looked on the wall, seeing the numbers, such and such number through that number, go this way. You know how like if you go in the building and if you're looking for a room, 400 or 407, because that's a number on here. Get off whatever you're going off, and then you see the numbers from 400 to 425, go that way. From 426 to 450, go that way. You know, so that's what I seen when I say when I got off the train. Okay, but anyways, on the train through a building, second round, burning fast, no screaming, 407 locker, fire train, second round. I put Taisha. Taisha walking with me, talking about the prophecy. Group of people standing around, and I'm yelling, asking, what about the money now? What, yeah, like what about? Like I said, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back into detail and tell y'all about it. What about the money now? It's nothing. Theater seats outside, open eyes, breathe. Seen fire coming. Told y'all so. Um, Sister house. Only been there one time. Night. Might get lost. I said night. Only been there one time. Might get lost. No GPS. Sunny day. Putting backpack on. Mom. Man getting on a slow running train or bus. It didn't stop. He just jumped on. Small balls deflated. Uh, black hole. Black hole memories. Oh, backpack hole memories. Ma started. Ma wanted me to travel. Looking in, looking in the drawers for clean underwear on period. And I circled 407, the number 407. So I know that was like, what? I know, that was, I know, all over the place. So, okay, so let me tell y'all. Okay, let me take a sip of this coffee. Because my dream was all over the place. I'm like, what the heck? But the main thing that is plenty of main things, but a thing that I remember so freaking clearly, and I think, no, and I didn't even wake up after that. I didn't even wake up after this part that I'm about to tell y'all. So I remember, like I said, I don't even know if it was me or if I was like in another person's body. I don't know. You know, I didn't look in the mirror. I didn't look down. I didn't have, you know, have no. I don't even know if it was me or not. Okay, so I don't know. But in the situation, I'm seeing it from my perspective, from my eyes. I don't know if it was Demitra, me, or again, I'm somebody else, or this happened before, or this is going to happen. Excuse me, or somebody else is going to experience this. I'm just letting y'all know that this is what I seen from my eyes and the feeling. Okay, so sorry. I'm gonna have a little water. So I remember being in the theater, and it had to be a theater. You know how like you go to a movie theater or like a stage play kind of a thing, and the seats is floor seats, and then it's the balcony seats, and you know people sitting all around, and you know you the seats is facing the stage, so you know the seats is facing the stage, and I remember sitting on, even in school, you know how like you go to the auditorium, you got the seats on the floor, you got some seats on the balcony, and of course all the seats is facing the stage, okay, because it's a performance about to happen, whatever the event is facing the stage. So I was sitting, mind you, I don't know if it was me or not, but me, my avatar, whatever, in this dream or this vision, I had floor seats. I wasn't too close to the stage. I was like further back, and I was on the floor, and it was a lot of people. It was like a lot of people there, everybody just talking. The atmosphere didn't seem like scared or anything. It was just like, okay, we're about to watch a performance. I don't know who was performing or whatever. I just knew, like, I remember sitting down, and then like further up, you know how you even go to a movie theater, people be like, somebody sitting there, you know, like further up, somebody go to the aisles and ask somebody, is some seats taken, and this, you know. And I remember just sitting in the seat watching people, you know, going down on the side of the aisle with the wall at, like asking people, are them seats good and them seats taken. So it was just like me just it's just chilling. I don't even think I was with anybody, because I don't remember talking to anybody next to me, talking to anybody on this side. I just remember just being by myself. Now, again, I probably was with other people, but in during this time, I wasn't talking to them. I was just like observing, like just observing, just sitting there, like looking at everybody. Mind you, I was chill. I wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't scared. I wasn't happy. I wasn't sad. It was just like, okay, I'm just sitting here, you know, like everybody else waiting for the show to start. You know, I wasn't impatient. It was just like, I was just there. I was just there, you know. So, again, I'm sitting in the chair, and I'm just looking at the view, looking at everything. It had to be a theater, like one of them fancy theaters, because it had like the wood balconies. Like, I ain't gonna say the Apollo tonight. I know it wasn't. Well, I ain't gonna say I know it wasn't at the Apollo. Could have been at the Apollo, but this one looked like more grander. But you didn't know how like the balcony, you know, like on the Apollo. If y'all ever watched the Apollo Showtime at the Apollo, when they have like, I guess, a superstar sitting in the balcony area. And I guess that's probably how a lot of theaters is. They have like that personal balcony, like how Abraham Lincoln, he was in the balcony area, and somebody came from behind him and stuff like that. So I remember, mind you, I'm on the ground floor, but the seats was like elevated up, so you wasn't like sitting straight down. Like, I was like elevated. Like, the closer you go up, oh my freaking goodness, I need to draw a picture. Let me see. Some of y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all probably, oh my goodness, let me see. Can I do this real quick? I'm trying to remember. Shoot, and I don't know how to make this go elevated. You know, probably like, what in the heck is this? These are seats. I'm sorry, I'm trying to rough draft this thing, but I see it in my head. This is the balcony, another balcony over here. This is, okay. I don't know if this is, like, what the heck? Okay, so this is the stage. This is like the view of what you call it, the projection or the stage area. These are balconies, a balcony on each side, and there was some more balconies off to the side too. It wasn't like one balcony on each side, it was other balconies. This is the aisle. This is the aisle. And I drew these for seats. And then I drew like a person, like people walking down on the side, going to their seats and stuff like that, and seats on this row. But when you get closer, the floor goes up. The floor goes, so it's not like everybody is on the same level. You get closer away from the stage, well, closer away from the stage. Goodness, when you get away from the stage, well, hey, when you get closer away from the stage, anyway, you go up. The seats are going up this way, and I'm around, like I'm around. That I'm up. I'm past this part because this is like my view. This is my, and I see like more. See, I probably seen, I don't know, maybe like a good, how many rows? A good 10, 9 or 10 rows. Maybe 8. No, it was 9. 9 or 10. I'm gonna say 9 or 10. I probably was in the 10th row. And yeah, I probably was sitting in the 10th row. But the rows, again, I'm seeing the rows, and like I said, the floor is going up. When the further you get from the stage, the floor is elevating up, not like drastically elevating, but you can tell, it's going up. So obviously, if you're walking towards the stage, the floor is going down and stuff like that, that kind of thing. So, anyways, and again, I was just sitting in the theater seats, and I was just observing. I seen the balconies, and it was like wood. So it was like I, not the modern, what you call it, like an old time. Not, I don't want to say it's like back in the day in Western times, but the antique kind of a wood. Like the classic wood on the balconies. With the design. It was like very like fancy. I can't explain it, y'all, but it was just wood. It looked nice. It looked nice. It looked nice. And all around, like you can see the details, like the carvings inside it. So I'm just like looking around, and mind you, it was people walking and talking. Everybody seemed calm. It wasn't like a rush thing. It wasn't like a, oh my goodness, I'm so afraid, or what's going to happen, and this and that, or when is play going to start. Like, I mean, for me, I didn't feel that vibe from anybody. So I was just sitting there chilling. Again, I could have been with other people, but I didn't speak to anybody during this part of the dream. So I'm just sitting in the seats in a theater, covered theater, because I looked up and I had seen the ceilings with the lights, that's like facing the stage, area. So it was that, people asking people, is that seat taken? Can I sit right here? Do you have two seats? It was like that kind of thing. How you go to move theater, just theater kind of a setting. Okay, that part is clear. So, and this is the weird part, and weird is good because weird is in my name. The screen was outside, like the stage. And then even when this happened, I'm like, how was we inside? Was I inside or was I outside? But I'm like, I had to be inside because it was the roof over top of us that had the lights, all these big lights facing the stage. But the stage seemed like it was like outside, like it was just, it wasn't nothing covering the stage. So the stage was there. You go up, it's a stage, a platform, it was there, but it was like outside. And so we was covered inside, over top of us, but the stage area was like outside, if that makes sense. Because this next part, okay, this next part, when I say, it's about to start. So it's about to start. Everybody taking their seats. Whatever's about to happen is about to start. People taking their seats. Everybody like, okay, cool. Mind you, I'm just chilling. I'm not saying anything. I'm just observing. I'm just like, okay. I see people running to their seats, because the lights is getting a bit darker. It was like dim. At first, it was light because nothing haven't started yet, and people finding their seats and yada yada yada. So it was like a brightness, in the room. Like I said, it's so freaking weird because how the stage in front of us was outside. But anyways, it was bright, it was light, whatever. And then when it for the show to get started, the lights became dim. So that's people, like quiet down and everybody, going to their seats and stuff like that. So I'm still like observing. I tell you now, my mood didn't change. I feel like I didn't even have a feeling. Like it was just like I was just there, just looking. It seemed like nobody probably even noticed I was there. Man, the feeling was so freaking weird. So, anyways, it's dim, okay? It's dim, and it's everything started to rumble. Everything started to shake. People, it was just like ooh, like the seats were shaking. Everybody was shaking. It was like I didn't even want to say earthquake, but I could say earthquake. But nothing fell. It wasn't like the light post fell or some seats fell or this. It was just like a rumble, like how you probably go on a roller coaster and you're going up and it's like like that kind of thing. So it was just a shake. I'm gonna say a rumble. I don't even want to say an earthquake, but I guess the earthquake is like a rumble. It was like a rumble. You know how like you growl in your stomach and it's like ooh, you like whoo stomach. But it was like a grumble, a rumble. I don't even want to say a shake, but okay. Probably just say a shake to keep it simple. No, I'm gonna say rumble because my view, people was rumbling. There wasn't shaking. When I think of shake, if I see something shake, this pillow, this is shaking the pillow. So the people were not observing. Ain't nobody was shaking. Ain't nobody. That's a shake. Nobody was doing that. It was more so of a like a like a steady like you got on you like you holding on to something in a good grasp. And you were just it wasn't it was like a I can't explain it, y'all, but hopefully y'all get what I'm trying to say. So it wasn't a shake, it was like a rumble or grumble or something. So that started to happen. The lights was dim. Lights was dim. And I'm just watching everything. I'm just like, okay. So, and that probably lasted 10, 15 seconds. 10, and I don't even think I heard anybody scream. It was just like, woo, like, woo. So I'm like, I guess it's part of the show, but it wasn't nobody, you know how movies, they have a lady screaming, ah, and she keeps screaming. It's just like, if you don't shut your ass up, it was none of that. Like, I didn't hear it. It was just like, whew, it was more so, whew, okay, whew, that's over with. Like, oh, hold on. It was something that it felt like people was prepared for or something. I don't know. But it wasn't no screaming. Okay, not at this point. Wasn't no screaming. So with that rumble happening, 10, 15 seconds or whatever, like a rumble, nothing fell down, you know, nobody was running up and saying, oh my goodness, we gotta leave. Nobody panicking. People probably stood up. People stood up and held on to their seats. The seats was connected to the ground. It wasn't like no folding chairs or whatever. Some people stood up and I'm seeing them holding on to their seats, to get their balance. But it wasn't like a shake. Okay. So anyways, this part, which is like confusing, but I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me out with this part. So after the rumble stopped, I'm like, okay. And I wasn't like I don't know. Like I said, I don't think I had any feelings or anything. If that's the word, any emotions. I don't. That's the word, emotions. So after this part, and I was actually like looking at people, like when it stopped or when it was rumbling, I was looking at people like hold on to things and fine, whatever. The rumble stopped, and I remember looking. I wasn't looking forward at the stage. I wasn't looking in that direction. I was looking either off to the side. I can't remember which way, but I know I was not looking at the stage at this point. And somebody was like, "Oh my goodness, what is that?" It was a lady voice who said, "Oh my goodness, what is that?" And like out of all the crowd, mind you, it was like packed. It wasn't like sardine packed, but the seats was filled up. The balcony rows was filled up, and I heard one voice, one lady's voice that said, "Oh my goodness, what is that?" And that's when I looked up, like looked forward at the stage. And when I say a wave of fire was coming towards us, a wave of fire. You know how you go to the ocean and you see that wave of water, and you it's a wave. You see it like, oh, I'm going to ride this wave. It's waves coming. That's how it was with the fire, and the fire was red and orange. It was like blended in together, red and orange, and you seen it with, man, if y'all see what I see, and you just seen, and it was so high, and it was just like coming, and then when it was getting when it was getting closer, it was getting lower. So picture, a big wave of fire. You probably can't even picture a big wave of fire. Picture a big wave of water, okay? And it's big, and then when it's getting closer to you, it's like getting a little lower, but it's still coming to you. That sucker's still coming to you, so you're just like, oh. That's how that fire was. So I looked up, and it was just like, wow, the fire is coming, and it was just like, and we didn't feel, me, I didn't feel any heat. I didn't feel, it wasn't like, oh my goodness, it's the heat. I'm so hot. Like, it wasn't like a preparation for it. It was just like, it was coming. And then I kid you not, nobody was running. And after I woke up, I, I didn't wake up after this part. I woke up after another part. But once I woke up and I was thinking about the theater part, I was just like, I'm glad ain't nobody run. Cause I'm like, what the fuck you running to? Like, and I'm in my mind, I'm just thinking like that theater scene with the fire. I'm like, and for me, I'm like, I'm surprised ain't nobody run, and it wasn't no screaming. It wasn't like, oh my god, pushing people over. Cause I'm like, where are you running to? You can't run from this wave of fire. Just, hey. So I was thinking about that once I woke up. And that's how it was. Ain't nobody was like getting up trying to run. It just happened. So when it reached me, like I seen it coming. Everybody done seen the wave of fire coming. It was a wave of fire, like how water come. It was a wave of freaking fire. So when it was, coming towards me, I remember, like I said, this shit, it was real freaking listic. I remember seeing it come towards me. I took a deep breath. I said, I closed my eyes. What did I say? I said, thank you, God. I think that's what I said. Thank you, God. I took a deep breath, closed my eyes. Well, I ain't closed. Okay. I'm going to do exactly what I did. Thank you, God. And that was it. So when I seen it coming, I sat down right in my seat. I took a deep breath. I closed my eyes and I said, thank you, God. And this time, like the fire had got to me. Like I seen, And it felt like when I said that, I felt a little warmness. I didn't feel like hot. I didn't feel like I was burning or anything. I didn't feel any of that. I didn't feel, oh my goodness, I didn't wake up with burnt marks or whatever. I did feel like a warmness, a warm, like a hug, like a nice warm hug, like coziness. And then when I opened my eyes up, I'm still in a dream. Once I opened my eyes, because my eyes were still closed, I said, "Thank you, God." And then I felt the warmness. When I opened my eyes, while I was outside in a whole nother scene, this time I was outside. So this might be a part two because it's 30 minutes in. I think I could probably get through this. I have to wait for the train part to another video because it's 30 minutes in. But I woke up outside. It was dark time. I could tell it was like the summertime. And I'm going to say it was like early evening. I ain't going to say it was like midnight and dark, dark, dark. You could tell it was like that early evening-ish, like 7 o'clock or so. And I could tell it was summertime. Like I know the feel for summertime, when it's like a settled warmness, cool breeze, kind of summertime feel. So I woke up outside in the neighborhood. I can't remember the neighborhood, but, and I'm going to say her name. Her name is Taisha. I woke up. She was standing on the sidewalk, and there was like buildings behind her, like small, like apartment buildings, behind her. She was standing on the sidewalk. I'm in the street. I'm not too far away from the sidewalk. She was like, "Come on." Like, I opened my eyes. She was like, "Come on." And I'm looking at her like, okay. And I started walking. Mind you, I don't know if it's me or if it's somebody else, but I remember seeing her. I know her. She was the only person. Well, no, not the only person. Because later on, my mom and my sisters but anyways. But she was like, "Come on." So I was like, okay, and I started walking with her on the sidewalk. I got on the sidewalk because I was in the street, and it was like a parking lot kind of thing. It wasn't like I'm in the middle of the street with traffic. No, it's like, okay, like dumpsters here, and I probably was like in front of the dumpster. I don't know. But she was like, "Come on." So I was like, okay. So I got up to her, she on the sidewalk. So we walking, and a little bit further up, it's a group of people standing around. They just talking, they chilling, having a cool conversation, probably smoking cigarettes, whatever, whatever, smoking weed. It was just like a vibe outside. Like, hey, maybe like 4 or 5 people in the circle were just talking. It was like a cipher, but ain't nobody was rapping or anything. But it was like that kind of thing, like just talking, whatever. So we ended up walking up towards them. But while we was walking, I was telling her, I was like, yeah, the prophecy, is here. And in my mind, I'm still like, how the fuck did I get here? Like, I remember saying that to myself. Like, I could have sworn I just got burnt. I could have sworn I just, I was just in a freaking fire. Like a fire all around me. Like, how did I just get here? Like, I remember the fire. Like, I remember the fire. So when I open my eyes and it's like evening, dark, it's like early evening outside, summertime. Open my eyes and I see in her face, and she's like, "Come on, come with me, come on." So I'm like, okay, and I'm talking to her like I know her. So I'm like, "Girl, the prophecy is here." Like, did you? And I ain't say nothing about the fire, but I'm just looking at her because I'm thinking like she know. Like, I'm trying to see what she knows. So we talking. She on this side of me. I'm on here, and we walking to the group of people that's like in the grass, just talking, chilling or whatever. And I'm like, the prophecy is here. Like, this is it. Like, And she was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like just laughing, like not nudging me off, like, "Girl, you sound crazy." But it was more so like, yeah, okay, cool, but not telling me what in detail. Like, "Oh, you just experienced some shit." Like, it wasn't nothing like that. It was just like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what's up. Cool. Like, yeah. And I'm just like, man, and I'm just like, when I say the feeling that I had was just like, do you know, like, probably just died and came back to life. Like, I didn't say that, but that's what was like inside of me. Like, what the heck? So it was just a weird, like, we was walking and I'm just like talking to her, like, what, you know. So we get to the group of people. Mind you, she was like, yeah, y'all, yeah, what's up? And I don't remember recognizing any faces from the group of people. But she was like, yeah. And she got into the conversation and this and that or whatever. And then, she's smoking. And then I'm just like, y'all, what about the money? What about the money? The money don't mean shit now. I told y'all. And I remember saying that so aggressively. Like, the money don't mean shit. Oh, y'all saving up money. That money don't mean nothing. Y'all working so hard for money. What the money gonna do now? What the money gonna do now? And I remember saying that to that group of people. Like, money ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, saying that aggressively. And then I remember them looking. Like I said, I can't remember their faces, but I remember them looking at me like they looking at me like, what the fuck is this girl talking about? Like I'm crazy. So then, why? Like something clicked in my mind. Something happened in my mind, and then I just like looked around. How people say, read the scene, or like I don't know, like something clicked in my mind, and I just started looking at them because they were staring at me like I was crazy. Like I felt the energy of what the fuck she talking about? Like who? Like you good? Like so I'm looking at them, because they were staring at me, and like I said, something clicked, and then whatever clicked in my mind, it was like it's not time yet. Like they don't know. It was something like that. Like they don't know. It's not time yet. They don't know. That's what I heard. Cause then I'm like, I seen them still with like cell phones and like it was like a whole lot of stuff that it was just like, oh shoot, they don't know yet. Like I'm speaking too soon. Cause I looked around and I'm just like, oh shit, this looks like a regular ass neighborhood. You know, like it I freaking cannot freaking explain it. But it was more so like they don't know. Like Demitra, you do sound crazy. You do sound sorry. It was like you do sound a bit off because they don't know nothing about no privacy. They don't know that it's EMP coming. They don't know about the fire wave coming. They don't know, like this is new to them. Like you already experienced that. So when you come and tell them, yeah, the money ain't shit. Like, yeah, I seen it all. Like everybody gonna freaking burn. you know, they don't know nothing. Like, these are people that still chasing after money, chasing after paper. That when this prophecy goes down, nothing will freaking matter. And it's like I'm working so hard for what? Working so hard and not enjoying life when tomorrow can be your last day. And where you at working, saving up money, not having fun, not traveling. Man, so not just being free, and like that's what I felt like. I'm just like, when I say I came up to them aggressively, I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling it because I was in a tree. I remember saying like, yeah, money don't mean shit. Yeah, y'all over here working. Which I gotta say about it now. Y'all can't even use that money to buy nothing. Money don't mean shit. I remember saying that, like going so fucking hard. Excuse my language, but that's how I was. I was like, yeah. I remember. Okay, that shit felt so freaking real. I was like, look, it don't mean nothing. You can't buy it. You can't use it. It's nothing now. I remember freaking saying that. Now I'm saying, told you so, told you so. I remember like saying that like in my mind, but also saying it like, told y'all niggas so. Y'all on this hamster wheel. Y'all on this marathon. Keep running and running and chasing and chasing. For what? Just getting out of breath? Come on now, chill, relax, pause. So, Anyways, once something clicked in my mind, and then I looked, and I was just, and I heard like they don't know, they don't know yet, like they're not ready, they don't know, you know. And so I'm looking around, and then that's when I felt like, damn, I feel a bit embarrassed because I just put myself out there, and I remember feeling that way, like, damn, I feel a bit embarrassed because I'm over here making a scene, cussing and yelling, and don't nobody even know what I'm talking about, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah. So that was it for that scene. I can't remember the people who was in the group of people, but they didn't seem like bad people. It was just like a vibe, you know. They was just talking and chilling or whatever. I don't know. I can't even remember the people faces, but I know they was looking at me, staring at me like I was freaking crazy, and I'm just like, oh. And that's when I saw like looking at them up and down, and I seen they had like nice clothes on, not like suits and ties or nothing, but like jeans, tennis shoes, baggy pants, skinny jeans, nice cell phones, weed, you know, like they look like how people look now, you know, how guys look now, you know, whatever. Nice clean tennis shoes, all that. So I'm looking at them and I'm just like, and that's when I heard like they don't know yet. So I'm like, damn, I got my put myself out there looking all crazy. So, anyways, the second part, I'm gonna make another video because this video is almost 42 minutes in, and it's about the train, a burning train, something about fire, y'all. Because this is when, oh my goodness, and this apartment I like woke up, but the number 407, 407 is significant in some kind of way. Um, a fire train. When I say people on a train, young, this is gonna be another part because yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. But so yeah, wow. But I'm just but okay. So yeah, I'll come back maybe in like a few minutes. I finish eating my salad and whatever. Yeah, because it's like probably warm now. But finish eating my salad, and I'll probably come back in about 15 minutes to do a part two. What time is it? It is 12:29. Okay, so 12:30. Um. So yeah. All right. Bye.